There's this video on YouTube called 10 hours of paint drying. It starts off before the paint has been applied. I'm gonna skip a bit ahead. So this guy applies a coat of paint and it's just 10 hours of the paint drying. And to me there's something really meditative about this video. It reminds me of the good old days before YouTube was all about these hyperactive, overreacting idiots who just, put on a show. It reminds me of the good old days when you could just sit in your living room and watch paint dry and everything would be fine in the world. It has a very sort of introspective, meditative quality to it that causes everything around you to sort of stop and you just sit in your head and you start thinking about life. And as it goes on, you suddenly discover that a little bit of the paint has started to sort of drop off. You see it's slowly sliding down, and you can't tell in real time, but sometimes you just snap back to the reality around you and you see that the paint has moved. It's not where it used to be, and it just makes me think that in this hyper competitive world where you have so many different channels vying for your attention, you sometimes find something that is so simple and so complete that it fulfills you. It almost redefines what is YouTube. What is this platform and what can we use it for? Of course, watching paint dry for 10 hours is something that it needs a lot of concentration, 10 hours, that's like a full day. You come home from work at 4 p.m. You watch the video and you go to sleep at 2 a.m. It requires dedication. It requires the knowledge that you will have to be sleep deprived when you go back to work. When you go back to work tomorrow, if you want to watch the entire video. But that's okay, because isn't that what life is all about? And I've often worried, with the shortening attention spans, in the future, will there be room for 10 hours of paint drying? Will there be room for this kind of content? Then, as you've been watching the video for 3 hours and 43 seconds, 3 hours, 43 minutes and a few seconds, the paint resets. And when you've gotten this far, you realize that you're not watching paint dry for 10 hours, you're watching it dry for a little over 3.5 hours. It's a looping video. You've been fooled. But in order to realize that you've been fooled, you've had to pay attention for all this time. You can't look away because then you might miss it. Just like in real life, if you look away for just a moment, you may miss the plot twist, the one that completely turns everything on its head. You realize that the paint never really dried. Yes, because when the paint resets, that's when you realize that you're never going to see the paint dry.